What is good, ladies and gentlemen? In this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys everything you can do as the dealer and as the banker. Starting out with the dealer. The dealer is 5 amnesites, so we're just going to jump right on into them. You want it? I got it. You must purchase goods through exchange network. You must sell goods to the people of ANEURISM 4. You must always keep an eye over your shoulder. Because, well, you got some competition. So right away, you're going to notice this thing in the top left. That is your coordinates, and it's not really useful until you actually purchase something. Besides the cool-ass color scheme they have, I think the red-green colorblind, they also get to use this thing called the death net a lot, which is one of the coolest things in the game, in my opinion, because they can order some pretty cool shit. So you can see you have the death chat. Hopefully this cop doesn't come fuck with me. Okay, so you can see you have the death chat, which is just basically where all other dealers and bankers on here can type different things to each other. It just puts it in a chat like this, along with your number and what you are, and other people can text to this. Almost nobody ever uses this, though. I actually have never seen a message in here, but something that's even more important besides this is the dealer net. This is what you're going to be using a lot to acquire different items for different prices that fluctuate pretty heavily, actually. You want to type in help. It'll give you a list of a bunch of different commands you can do, and the most important two you'll be using, or the most important three, is listings, add to cart, and order. We're just going to type in listings. And here's all the current items that are available for this cycle in their prices on the far right. As you can see, the prices fluctuate pretty heavily. Kevlar for 130, and then we have cigarettes for 3. And so some of the more valuable things are obviously going to be firearm related and contraband related, because those you can probably trade for the highest buck. But for this example, we're just going to use something relatively cheap. So we're just going to order a pot. So what we would have to do... Oh, there we go. The listings have been updated. So now that it's been updated, I have to type it in again. They actually update pretty damn frequently, which is pretty cool. So there's a hijacker for 24 bucks. This is a high value item here. This allows you to get into the underground without having to be part of the cult. So you can sell this item for a lot, and it's actually really useful to you yourself. But once again, we're just going to pick a cheap item for this example. We're just going to go with this pot down here. So what you would click is, you would click add cart, and then just the number right next to it, 9. Pot added to cart. And then you could keep adding different things to your cart if you wanted, and whenever you're finished, you would just type in order. Detail, your order will be stashed in, and then see it gives you coordinates, and it also had this icon pop up on my screen over here. So I would just leave, go into here. Now we're going to run on over here and acquire our item.
Don't worry about it.
God damn.
This is next life.
So you'd hit collect, and there you go.
Yeah, no.
Okay, other than just trying to make deals and knowing how the deathnet system works and where to find drop boxes and how to find them, there's really not a whole lot of complexity to the dealer. It's really just your job to try to use the deathnet to make deals, plain and simple, around the city. But the hijacker's a really useful item to you. Just be careful you don't get spotted with it, because it is contraband, so you'll be marked for limitation if you do that. But yeah, now I'm going to show you guys the banker, and the banker can do literally everything the dealer can and more. So, in my opinion, I don't really see why anybody would want to stay a dealer whenever they could become a banker. And now, to become a banker, you have to go kind of to the wartime side. I'll kind of show you guys a reference point. So this is the area you have to go if you want to play as the banker. You have a civil center here. There's an infirmary right here. And then you got to go up these stairs. There's this limitator statue, which is pretty damn cool in my opinion. Turn right. And then here is the banker. If you want to play as the banker, you're going to need 10 amnesites. So if you want to just go straight from prol to banker, you're going to need 15 total. Because you have to be the dealer in order to become the banker. So, I mean, that's probably the only reason why people stay dealer, in my opinion. Because the banker can do literally everything the dealer can and more. So we're going to become the banker. Everything around me is nothing more than filth and clients. I must handle credit transfers. I must make money. Plain and simple. I must make money. Alright, now one of the most common questions I hear about whenever people want to play as bankers, how they switch their fee percentage. And all you gotta do is hold down tab and click on the notebooks. And here, your transaction fee is right here. You can just type it in. Invalid. You can't do 100. And it says how to make money. No competition. No clients. High transaction fees. And now this top one here has a lot of potential for some hilarious shit to go down. What I personally like to do is try to make deals with the underground boys. I basically make deals with them that if they kill the other bankers, I'll give them some money and whatnot. Because that's one thing I know that the cult struggles with, is acquiring money. They can get basically everything else, all the contraband, all the loot, but what they can't get is just cold hard change. It's funny, in this game you can't really call it cash because everything's dealt with in cents, but that's just how it works. And so other than that, that's really the only thing the banker can do besides just take transactions from people. The banker and dealer are some of the more simple fates to play, but if you don't know how to change the transaction fee, it can kind of be a struggle. So the lowest fee, I think, the fee you spawn with is 5. But you can put this up like almost as high as you want. Let's see if we can do 99. Yeah, you can do a 99 transaction fee or a 1% transaction fee. You just can't do 100. So as the banker, I recommend just hanging out around the terminals whenever a pay cycle hits and you know everybody's going to come running for it. You can collect quite a bit of cash that way. Another way you can collect quite a bit of cash just by maybe opening up a shop or hanging out in a highly populated area. Bank your money now or lose it later.
He's gonna have some cigarettes.
Behind you, Limitator. He's stabbing his ass. Jesus Christ, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, the murder. Oh, no.
These stupid bastards are losing all their money. See, if you want to stab a Limitator, at least do it after you deposit your cash. Deposit now, stab someone later, ladies and gentlemen. So as the banker, what I enjoy doing is trying to find schemes to just eliminate other bankers so I'm the only one, so people can only give their transactions to me. Obviously netting me more money. And now, if I'm the only one, I can also get away with a higher transaction fee. Now, once you start to get around like the 20-25% transaction fee, people will start to step back and be like, yo, what the fuck is going on here? But if you're the only banker in the server, they kind of don't have a choice. But if there are other bankers, you want to kind of try to stay competitive and match their fees or just be something really close to it. Maybe undercut them a tiny bit. And it says here, more clients. Now, a way you can get more clients is by going to the underground. And that's whenever the hijacker comes in play. Although the cult members typically do not have a lot of money, sometimes they do have money because they can sell contraband to the vents. And if you're one of the only bankers actually making your way down there, you can make some serious money. But you just have to, once again, be careful you don't get searched by one of the boys in blue with a hijacker. Otherwise, they're probably going to kill your ass. But now, there's one other item that is extremely useful for the banker, and actually only the banker can create. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what that is now. Alright, I now have everything I need to make the Capatron 3000. And here's what you need. You need 1, 2, 3, 4 plates, 2 stolen circuitries, a couple machine trinkets, a couple pieces of glue, and last but not least, suspicious meat. And then you should be able to craft the Capatron 3000. Ba-ba-boom, here it is. It's a pretty big thing, so make sure you have a good spot to hide it. It is contraband, so try not to get searched with it. And now I'm going to hide it over here in this corner. I got this secret little spot I got going on here. Now you can see the little face on it. He's a happy boy, and he says he's doing great. So here's what this thing does. And as you can see, it says collect. So essentially, this thing is a money printer. You feed it, it gives you money. You feed it, it gives you money. That's how this process works. However, if you neglect to feed it for a pretty long time, it will start to feed on you. And you can tell how hungry it is by where it says, I'm doing great. Sometimes that'll change, like, I'm starting to get hungry, and so on and so forth. But you'll also see the screen change. So you just gotta monitor it, make sure you know what its status is. And whenever it's in your inventory, it doesn't damage you, but nor does it print you money. So it'll make this kind of like unique sound that we'll probably hear shortly, and that's how you know to collect money. I'll be quiet for a moment. There you go, that was the sound there. That sound will happen about every 2 to 2.5 minutes as far as I've calculated. it'll give you 6 credits. And now every time I've collected from this thing, it's given me a total of 5 to 6 credits, somewhere in that range. Something else you should know is that only bankers are able to collect from this thing. Nobody else can collect from it besides you and I believe other bankers. But people can potentially pick it up, keep it, and take it from you. So just make sure you kind of hide it and don't get it stolen from you. And there's a lot of different earning potentials you can make with this thing. Some good ideas is maybe to stay near the ration factory. You can kind of snake some of the fish and feed it. That's what I've been doing. Got some of the fish in my inventory. Or, you know, you can kind of have a little fun and take it to the underground. And I'll show you kind of a little bit of a setup what I had going on down there at one point. It was pretty damn cool. But first I want to show you guys what happens if you don't feed this thing for a very long time. You can tell it's already starting to get hungry. So I'll come back whenever it's starving, basically. So now you can see the screen kind of changed to a skeleton rib cage looking thing, indicating that it's starting to get real hungry. And we're going to see what it changes to if we continue to let it starve. You can see the face has now shifted to a skull, and it has been roughly 11 minutes since the last time I fed this thing, so it takes quite a while for it to get to this stage. We're going to continue to starve it and see if any changes take place. Well, it's been 20 minutes now, and there's been no change besides the fact that it has now stopped kicking out credits to me, so... Oh, shit! Now it's starting to damage me after like 20-something minutes. Okay, I see. So if you hit collect on it, that's whenever it damages you. Feed it or it'll feed on you. Okay, shit. So after 20 minutes of it having the red skull, if you try to collect credits, it will damage you. So noted. At least it doesn't damage you without doing anything to it. So if you see the skull, you just gotta feed it. And we got a fish. It's still hungry. It's probably gonna take quite a bit to get it fed now, though. I would recommend only feeding this thing whenever it says it's hungry, which is kind of obvious to say, but I wouldn't just overload it with food because the maximum amount of credits it can give you per 2 minutes is 5 to 6. So as long as it's spitting out that 5 to 6, you're feeding it at a just fine rate. So yeah, just keep that in mind. Now, potentially what I would think about doing if I was trying to make a lot of money with this thing is I would get myself a cheaper kind of apartment, kind of closer to the ration factory potentially, and make this thing and hide it within my apartment. From there, I'd probably make my way over to the ration factory and offer any prole in the area 1 cent per fish they brought me. This way it would just make it extremely easy to stack up on food to feed this thing. And then, well, you just kind of have to wait a little bit, stack up your money until you can afford a store, and from there you can really do whatever you want after you got this thing in your store and you have the proles bringing you fish. It's just like sky's the limit at that point, right? But now let me show you guys kind of some stuff I thought was kind of fun to do. I was kind of being like a death dealer for the cult down below. And yeah, let's just show you that. All right, now as you can see, I have a shop set up down here and a money printing machine. So in the underground, there's some serious potential to make money. So yeah, if you're ever thinking of something along the lines that it would be cool to be like some type of death dealer, here you go right here. Barter with the cult to go kill people for you. Bring you the flesh. Out comes the money. Hello, hello.
What's that TV for?
That's my son.
Your son?
It's a Capitron, man. It's a money printer. You give me flesh, I give you money. Therefore, incentivizing you to commit murder. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. The more you kill, the more you make off me, buddy. And well, guys, this is the end of my dealer and banker guide. If you made it this far in the video, I would appreciate a like. Helps me out a lot in the YouTube algorithm. And hopefully, I will catch you guys in the next video. If not, maybe in one of my shops. Peace. So, but if I feed it, watch its face. Now he's a happy boy.
God.
So you have to play as the banker to be able to make this.
So this literally is a money printer?
Yeah, literally. Watch you. I'm not sure if you